What's up guys? Welcome back to the Emanuel-C channel. Today I'll be covering Apple's sneaky anti-repair tactics, Mark Zuckerberg defining the Metaverse, and Amazon's new Astro robot. Could this be the rise of our machine overlords? If you're new to the Emanuel-C channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And make sure to hit that notification bell too so you can keep up with all the uploads coming here to the channel. We're going to start today off with Apple showing its anti-repair colors by turning off Face ID when replacing screens on iPhone 13 models, and the European Commission looking to force all electronic manufacturers to start using USB-C on products. Videos from the likes of iFixit and Hugh Jeffries show that iPhone 13 models fall victim to Apple's parts pairing tactics. The True Depth system is housed in the iPhone itself. Although the display is easier to replace than previous models, doing so will completely disable Face ID, True Tone, and any auto brightness sensing functions. Not to mention annoying warnings and notifications from the Settings app. Now it is possible that Apple could fix this with a software update later, but this is currently a clear sign that Apple doesn't want you to get your screen replaced outside of a Genius Bar. Also, the European Commission revealed a proposal that would require electronic devices to use a USB-C charging port. This is to reduce e-waste by allowing consumers to use their old chargers on newer devices. Now, this proposal would mainly affect Apple since they still use Lightning ports on their devices. Pretty much every other manufacturer has made the switch to USB-C. I say pretty much because I can't think of anyone that doesn't use USB-C, but there might be someone out there. Anyone out there know any manufacturers that don't use USB-C other than iPhone? Apple says strict regulation mandating just one type of connector stifles innovation rather than encouraging it, which in turn will harm consumers in Europe and around the world. But they've already been transitioning some of their products to start using USB-C as early as 2015 with their MacBooks. And some of their recent products, including the iPad Air, iPad Pro, and their recently redesigned iPad Mini, all feature USB-C charging ports. The Lightning connector came out in 2012, which at the time was a big upgrade when compared to the 30-pin connector that they used to use on devices. But they haven't updated since then. Doesn't sound like much innovation is going on there. Next up, we'll talk about Facebook defining the Metaverse. In an interview with The Verge, Mark Zuckerberg defined it as a successor to the mobile internet. He defines it as a set of virtual spaces where you can create and explore with other people who aren't in the same physical space as you. You'll be able to hang out with friends, work, play, learn, shop, create, and more. It's not necessarily about spending more time online, it's about making the time you do spend online more meaningful. Facebook is clear that they don't look to create the metaverse themselves, and by their estimates, it will take about 10 to 15 years before the metaverse is fully realized. And finally, we're going to talk about Amazon's Astro robot, the birth of our future machine overlords.
In the 21st century, a weapon will be invented like no other.
During their September 28th event, Amazon revealed the new Astro robot. A small robot that sits about 2 feet high, weighs about 20 pounds, with wheels on the bottom, a screen on the front that displays eyes, and a periscope neck to raise and lower its top-mounted camera. Amazon defines it as a love child between a Roomba and an Echo Show smart display. It costs $9.99 USD, can be used for video calls, checking if the oven is left on, reading messages, and will alert you if there's someone unknown in your house through facial recognition, to name a few of its functions. It has sensors to detect when it's going to hit an object or when it's approaching a flight of stairs, and people are asked to enroll their faces and voices so it knows who is supposed to be inside the home. Also, any visitors you may have are asked to enroll their faces and voices too. Now, not even a week after its launch, inside sources are calling it a privacy nightmare. The robot will stalk unfamiliar people inside your house. Its obstacle detection is terrible and will almost certainly throw itself down a flight of stairs if given the opportunity to. Its facial recognition is unreliable at best. And not to mention, the device is fragile for how much it costs. It will easily break, and there's no way to send it back to Amazon if it does so.
This weapon will be powerful, versatile, and indestructible.
Sounds like they need to head back to the drawing board for this one. And that's it for this episode. If you're interested in a more in-depth conversation, click the link below to check out my podcast with a friend covering this episode's topics. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. It helps out a ton. And leave a comment for any of the stories you were interested in. What do you think of the iPhone screen replacement issue? Is this a deliberate tactic from Apple, or is it something that will be fixed in a future software update? What do you think of the possibility of USB-C coming to iPhones? Is it time for Apple to finally move on from the Lightning connector? What do you think of Facebook's definition of the Metaverse? Will you be ready for it to come in 10 years? And finally, what do you think of Amazon's Astro robot? Would you welcome it into your home, or are you holding out for the future Tesla bot? Thank you so much for watching. I'm Emanuel-C, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy. Peace.
It can't be reasoned with. It can't be bargained with. It will feel no pity, no remorse, no pain, no fear.